Alright folks, welcome to Glasgow Raiders Nation, and if you're new around here, buckle up, because things are heating up in Ibrox and it looks like we're entering the final stretch of the most important off-the-pitch battle of the season. Finding the next Rangers manager. Now, I've been keeping my eyes glued to every source, every whisper, every clue in the media, and when you start connecting the dots, it looks like we're down to a two-horse race. Russell Martin versus David Ancelotti. And let me say it right off the bat. Steven Gerrard, he's not in it anymore, at least not seriously. I know his name keeps getting thrown around, probably out of nostalgia or past glories, but from everything I'm seeing and hearing, it just doesn't feel like he's in the running anymore. It's as if the door's quietly closed behind him and only a few haven't noticed yet. There's been chatter, there's been speculation, and then there's the real action behind the scenes. Andrew Kavanagh, one of the main figures from the new ownership group linked with the San Francisco 49ers, has landed in the UK, and he's not here for tea and biscuits. He's come to get his hands dirty and take charge of this process himself. That tells you all you need to know about how serious this next managerial appointment is. We're not just looking for a coach. This is about finding the architect of the next Rangers era. Until recently, the search had been left to Greta Steinson and Kevin Thelwell. But now it's clear the boardroom baton has passed. Kavanagh's not here to just sign off on someone else's homework. He wants to make the decision himself. And from what's leaking out, he's determined to meet the candidates in person. No Zoom interviews, no intermediaries. He wants to feel their ambition, see the fire in their eyes, and understand firsthand who's got the guts to lead this massive club into a new chapter. I mean, let's be honest, we've been here before, right? There's always talk of revolutions at Rangers, but this one has a different vibe. It's got that Graham Souness type of energy about it. Remember when Souness came in and turned the place upside down in the best possible way? That's the scale of ambition we're talking about here. And the two men at the center of it, Russell Martin and David Ancelotti, couldn't be more different. Russell Martin, for starters, has been building his name quietly but impressively. He's got this footballing philosophy that's all about ball possession, controlled aggression, and a modern tactical identity. That ticks a lot of boxes for a club like Rangers looking to dominate domestically and punch above their weight in Europe. But then you've got David Ancelotti, the wild card, the pedigree, the name that just hits different. And I know what some folk are saying online, that he's just his father's bagman, that he's only there because he's got Carlo Ancelotti's shadow behind him. But that kind of talk? It's lazy, it's uninformed. If you've listened to players like Luka Modric, Vinicius Jr., or Jude Bellingham, actual world-class talents at Real Madrid, they'll tell you exactly what David brings to the table. He's not there carrying clipboards and fetching coffee. The guy's a coach in his own right, and one of his specialities? Set pieces. That's an area where Rangers have been far too inconsistent in recent years. It might not be glamorous, but it wins you matches. And here's the thing that really set the rumor mill into overdrive. The whisper that David Ancelotti, if appointed, could bring Luka Modric with him. Yeah, you heard that right. Luka Modric. I know it sounds bonkers. The guy's 39, sure. But this is Luka freaking Modric we're talking about. One of the most decorated players in the history of football. 6 Champions League titles, multiple La Liga trophies, FIFA World Cup, Golden Ball winner, over 500 appearances for Real Madrid. This man is not some past-it veteran looking for a payday. He's a footballing genius who could still run rings around half the Scottish Premiership. Probably 3/4 of it, to be honest. Imagine him walking out at Ibrox in a blue shirt. It's the kind of thing that sounds like football manager fever dream, but according to very credible sources, not just tabloid nonsense, David Ancelotti has genuinely spoken to Modric about the idea. And it's not just sentiment, there's actual footballing logic behind it. Rangers can offer him something no other smaller club can. European football, guaranteed starts, a leadership role, and the chance to mentor the next generation. And, let's not kid ourselves, Modric doesn't rely on pace. His game is all about vision, technique, and control. He could play into his 40s without breaking a sweat. Of course, the competition for a player like that would be fierce. There'd be interest from all over Europe. Premier League clubs, Croatian sides, maybe even a return to Spain or Italy. And they could probably offer him more money than Rangers ever could. But sometimes, it's not just about money. Sometimes it's about the project. It's about legacy. And maybe, just maybe, if Ancelotti becomes the man in charge, he could convince Modric that this is the place to write one final glorious chapter in his career. Now I know some of you are probably rolling your eyes thinking it's just smoke and mirrors or some fantasy cooked up by fans desperate for a big name. But look at the pattern. Modric played 35 games for Madrid just last season, 14 of those in the Champions League, 2 goals, 6 assists. He's still producing at the highest level, and Real Madrid fans, the most demanding fan base in the world, still want him to stay. That tells you everything. He's not done, he's not finished, and if Rangers have even a whisper of a chance to land him, you go all in. You roll the dice and take the shot. Because signings like that, they don't just lift your team, they lift the whole club. We're talking Gaza levels here, Brian Laudrup levels. Players that shift the entire axis of the league. Celtic midfielders would be having sleepless nights just thinking about Modric. Threading passes through them. His control, his composure, his ability to unlock a defense with a single touch, it's a cheat code for a league like ours. If this move happens, it's not just a signing, it's a statement. It's Rangers announcing they're back and they're not messing about. And if that's not enough to get your heart racing, let's talk briefly about the man still pulling on a shirt for Rangers every week. Cyril Desires. Now look, I know he's a divisive figure. Some of you love him, some of you don't rate him at all. And yes, he scored goals, 31 in total for club and country this season, with 29 of those coming in a Rangers shirt. On paper, that looks decent. But stats don't always tell the full story, do they? The big issue people have with Desires is his conversion rate. He's not clinical. He misses chances that top strikers bury, and that frustrates fans, especially in big matches. And then there's the bigger picture. What does keeping Desires mean for the development of younger talents like Hamza Igamani? Because let me tell you something. That boy is special. He's got everything you want in a modern number 9. His movement, his link-up play, his composure, it's all there. And yet for long stretches, he's been shunted out wide, wasting his talent because the team is built around Desires. That's not sustainable. If we're serious about building a squad that competes and grows in value, we need to back players like Hamza. He's the future. Desires is 31. And he's not getting better. If someone comes in with a decent offer, and there's talk of interest from clubs in Greece and beyond, then maybe it's time to cash in and move forward. Hamza's shown up in big moments. Goals in the Europa League, clutch finishes under pressure, performances that make you think, all right, we got a real one here. If he's nurtured properly, we're not just talking about a good player. We're talking about a £20 million player. That's how you build a sustainable model. Not by hanging on to stopgaps, but by betting on brilliance. So yeah, we're at a crossroads. Managerial decisions, transfer rumors, potential legends arriving, current players being assessed. It's all happening. And with just 25 days to go before preseason kicks off, the pressure is mounting. This isn't just about getting someone in, it's about getting the right person in. Someone who understands what this club means. Someone who can command respect in the dressing room, inspire belief on the pitch, and bring back that winning mentality we've been missing. Russell Martin or David Ancelotti? That's the big question. Gerrard, for all the memories, feels like a name from the past. This is about the future. And if it's Ancelotti and if Modric really is in the conversation, then strap yourselves in because we might just be on the brink of something truly special. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. The old corridors of Ibrox are buzzing with whispers that French centre-back Kevin BOMA has accepted a proposal to join Rangers, adding a potential heavyweight presence to the heart of the Light Blues defence. Nay official word fade a club yet, but sources close to the situation hint at advanced talks, with a deal or sealed. BOMA, kennt for his imposing physique and sharp tactical mind, has been catching the eye of scouts across Europe for some time new. Still just in his early 20s, the lad's already made a name for himself with his composure on the bag and his knack for reading the game like a seasoned veteran. If the rumors prove true, Rangers could be landing a gem that'll bolster their backline for years to come. There's nae denying the Govan outfit's intent they strengthen defensively, especially after a campaign riddled with injuries and inconsistencies at the back. BOMA's arrival would signal a clear statement of ambition, fae the Gers board, keen to wrestle back the Premiership title, fae their city rivals. Insiders suggest the player's been swayed by the prospect of regular European football, as well as the chance they play in front of the passionate Ibrox faithful. Still, as we all transfer tales, caution is advised. The summer window is notorious for its false starts and misdirections. Some reports claim other clubs, including a couple of English Championship sides, are still lurking, hoping to hijack the move at the 11th hour. But those close to BOMA insist his heart's set on a switch to Glasgow. As fans eagerly await official confirmation, the rumor mill grinds on. Could Kevin BOMA be the next cult hero tied on the famous Royal Blue? Time will tell. For no, it's a tantalizing prospect that's got the terraces talking, and with good reason. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.